Welcome to my stream. Welcome. Thank you very much for the 38 months worth of love. Thank you very much. Ribbit. Hi. Thank you very much for the 250 bits. Hello, welcome to my stream. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi. Hello. Glow. Do you know what dirt cups are? Like the snack? I had one of those today. Those are so good. It's like a special cake snack with gummied worms and fake mud. And you can feel like you're a real mole. It's pretty good. Thank you very much for the 25 months. Oh yes, I pretended to be a mole. I did. I pretended. Didn't you? Pubosaurus Rex. Alright. I hope you've all been having a good time. I haven't streamed in like 2.5 weeks. You may have forgotten who I am. Hello, everybody. Hi. Alright. Crookie, thank you very much for the 8 months. Thank you very much. Hello, welcome. Hello, everybody. Hello. Some kind of anonymous feedback survey. What the heck is that? Garrity was first, everybody. Just so you know. Hi. Yeah, suspicious link. Who put this suspicious link here? Very sus. Okay. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. No, you were first. Welcome. You were first. Oba. LilyHops, can you haven't streamed in months? Lily, why? Lily, I have a question. Why? Thank you very much for the 3 months entirely summer. Hi. Welcome, poor kid streamer. Yeah, I got kind of busy there for a little while. Took a little bit of time to myself. I had a couple of adventures. I can tell you all about them. I can. Excuse me, I have a question. I've got a question. You will catch up. Yeah. We'll catch up. We will. Ow. Everyone, welcome. Welcome to my special stream. I cheated death, yes. I thought there's a book on my bed, and I thought I just saw out of the corner of my eye. I thought I just saw it open. So I looked over, and I thought it was because of a ghost, but it's because my fan is right next to it. So no ghost. It's very hot here. How many caves have you explored? Not too many, but I went on many different adventures. And I'm happy to see you all again. Oh, look at that, it's time. Look at that, it's time. Okay, how do I do this? Why do I have like a huge tab in my OBS and it just says Toy Story? What the heck? What does Toy Story mean? Should I click it? Should I click it? Click it? Yeah, click it. Should I click this big weird button just marked Toy Story? What does this do? I don't understand. What's this gonna do it? Should I press it? Anybody? Alright. Okay. What the? What do I have to What? That's him. Here he is. Okay, that's enough of that. Can you hear me when I'm in Toy Story mode, by the way? I'm trying to figure out how to stream again. Hold on. It's Woody. It's Woody. You have Riverbond? No, I don't, Gertie. I told you. When I have Riverbond here, it glows. It glows. It glows. That's how I know Reverb is not. La 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 la. Can't hear you. Okay.
$1.84 just subscribed. Woo.
Woo. Thank you very much for subscribing for 5 months, dollar bill. Thank you very, 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 very much. Yeah, I'm back. Here I am. Level 3 hype train, are you kidding? Woo. Hi. Dude. Hi, dude. Thank you very much for the 6 months, Ancient Power, and for the 12 months, Neutrino. ZX Impact, thank you for the 11 months. Did you all subscribe when you saw Buzz Lightyear? I don't understand. Can you help explain? What the?
Neutrino 51 cheered. X20000. Hey Lily, thanks for the year of streams. Your wonderful music, goofy attitude, and kind understanding demeanor always keep me coming back. Thanks for being you.
Neutrino, are you serious?
Stacks just subscribed. Woo.
Woo. Thank you very much for the $200 in bits. What the heck? That's a lot of bits. 200,000 bits. Thank you very much for your generous bits. Thank you very, 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 very much. Here's one kiss. You can't buy my kisses with $200.
Anderson 2D just subscribed. Yes, LilyHops, yes, LilyHops, yes, LilyHops, yes, LilyHops, yes.
Yeah, very generous donation. Thank you so much for supporting me so much. I really appreciate your kindness and generosity. Have you played this game before? 2 times. But this is the first time I'll be playing it with RTX. Oh, that's not good. Please hold, please hold. If this is your first time, don't use RTX. Please hold, please hold. We'll go back to the Buzz Lightyear screen. RTX 3070 gonna be huffing and puffing. Yeah, it's gonna be puffing a little bit. Name910, thank you very much for your 13 months. That's very supportive and very pog of you. I'm glad to have you here. I'm happy to see you. I saw you in other streams while I was on my break. My big 2.5-week break. RTX is nice, but it kind of messes with the vibe and visual identity of Portal 1. I don't want to make the playthrough less fun. Please hold. Okay, yeah. Have you seen the new Buzz Lightyear, by the way? Okay, graphics settings, ultra high. Okay, maybe lower these a little bit. Yeah, ultra high. You forgot they made that movie. They made a new one called Elemental. I can't wait to watch it. I hope it's good. And they announced that other one, and I think they announced it like 2 days ago, and then people got really mad at it. Cause they're like, this doesn't represent the culture properly. Do you remember that one? Let's see. Okay. Hi, welcome. Welcome to my stream, Calvin from Nowhere. You forgot your Shmoo? I turned on Shmoo. I'm a Shmoo user now. Yeah.
Yarblus just subscribed. LilyHops sip.
Cool. Thank you very much for the 5 gift subs, Denji. Thank you very much. Everyone's so generous today. I will reward you with a Portal playthrough.
Dengi underscore
Yes.
55 subs.
I will show you all about Portal. Yes. Portal? What the? Is it working? Press Alt X to open the remix menu. What the? Okay, it's open. Yeah, I missed you too, Smartoval. Thank you very much. You're a great helper. I love helping too. I want to help y'all. If I can. This is loud. Oh, scary. Very scary. Stop. Stop. Okay. Look good. How have you been? I didn't stream for 2.5 weeks. 18 days. but now I am. Bonus match. I want a bonus. Oh. Okay. Test chamber 00. Is Buzz supposed to be here? No, but he should be. I miss him. Hi, Grizz. 2.5 weeks. Yeah. 2.5 weeks. How have you been? I had some ups and downs like a roller coaster. But mostly pretty good. I'm kind of glass half full, typically. Not like so full that it spills out, like one of those people who's like, you always have to be happy no matter what. I have sad days too. But I would say that I tend to be a little above average fullness of a cup. Okay, that's way too loud. Rivet. Okay, good. Still saw your collabs? Yeah, I did collab. I really like that. I collabed with a few different friends of mine. I think I'm really lucky to have the friends that I have, cause I asked my friend for advice yesterday, and that's why I'm streaming today, actually. Cause I wanted to stream again, but I didn't know how to start. Not literally, like I know how to click the button, but I was like, oh, what if it's not good enough? And they helped talk me through it. Yeah. And I also learned that some of the problems that I have are actually very common. Like, I thought I was like one of the only people who had some of the problems that I have. And I talked to my friend yesterday, and I was so surprised because he was having literally the same problem I was. And yeah, he fixed my worms. I was playing Diablo the other day with my friends, and we were doing a snake dungeon. Like a dungeon, like an ancient Aztec temple. And it was filled with like big snake guys. And I got scared and I said, this place is full of snakes. And he said, well, so are you. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that. No, I do not have worms. Did you do more world bosses? I don't think I ever have to do a world boss again. But yes, I did. I did world bosses, I did hell tides, I did legions, I did nightmare sigils. Pretty much beat Diablo 4. But there is going to be seasonal content coming out. So that should be kind of cool. Maybe I'll play a different build for the battle pass. We'll see. And maybe I won't do the battle pass at all. It all depends on how interesting they make the season. Like sometimes when games do seasonal battle passes, they'll be like, oh, we have to make it more interesting, so let's add, dinosaurs. This is the dinosaur season. Or they'll be like, oh, this season is all about cars. You can drive your Diablo guy through a village in a car. Yeah. So we'll see if it looks appealing. I'll do this season. If not, I had a lot of fun with Diablo. Give chat kisses. Okay, but only 'cause you're so cute. Only 'cause you had it coming. Got it? Only 'cause I don't know what I'd do without you.
Common Core Lover just subscribed.
Hi. Thank you very much for the 17 months, Common Core Lover. Common Quirk Lover. Oh, they just collect different types of quirks. I see. And it doesn't matter to them if they're rare or like uncommon. They like any kind of quirk they find. They're all good. They're a common quirk lover. Then she asked, are you just playing this so you can so you could use still live streams? I don't know, I thought of it after. And I was practicing singing the song. I don't know why. I don't really sing that much. But I thought it was fun. I was testing the audio. What's your favorite frog? I prefer the red-eyed green tree frog today. Yes, it's my new favorite today. A classic. Yeah, that's one of the first frogs I saw. Ever. The golden dart frog, I love those. I love them. They live in South America. I miss you too, cat girl. Hi, Topaz the Scorpion. It's good to see all of your names. Hi. 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 Okay, I will play this now. Hi. Hi. What the? Is it supposed to do that? It's too quiet now, right? Hi. Yeah, it's been a bit. What's this? Some kind of cup.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer Aided Enrichment Center. We hope your brief detention in the relaxation vault has been a pleasant one. Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper. Before we start, however, keep in mind that although fun and learning are the primary goals of all Enrichment Center activities, serious injuries may occur. For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from
Spanish.
The portal will open in 3, 2.
Here's a little portal lore. That was Spanish. That's a portal. That was a portal. What the?
Your business is appreciated.
It talks.
Your business is appreciated.
Your business is appreciated. Talking toilet feels well, man. What's this? Some kind of book. Do not remove. Okay. Portal.
Here no mean just subscribe. Here is some companion cubes.
Oh, what's that? There's people up there. What does it say? It's totally not important.
Your business is appreciated.
What's this? I can't tell what it is. I can't reach it. Hi! Hi! Oh! Hi! Oh! It's this is a graphics card RTX 4090. Thank you very much for the subscription for 3 months. I want this. This is where I sleep. It's so comfy. You think it's soft? Yeah, it looks pretty soft to me. Oh look, this is on like a little platform and it's all raised up. Well, if it lowered, this is connected to the ceiling. I don't understand. Why is it like that? Hi. Hi, Bite Lemons. I love your pictures. I'm sorry if it's disrespectful to call art pictures, but it's sorry. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, I love your pictures. I love them. I love them. Hi. What's up? Not too much. What's this? This game is so pretty. Wow. They are in fact pictures. Cool. I draw pictures for your ears.
Excellent. Please proceed into the chamber lock after completing each test.
Let me take a...
First, however, note the incandescent particle field across the exit. This aperture science material emancipation grill will vaporize any unauthorized equipment that passes through it. For instance, the aperture science weighted storage cube.
But if I then it's closed. You're the first streamer I've ever subscribed. Really? That is an honor. I will try not to betray it. Yeah. I like to make music. Music. You know. Music. What is this? Music good. What genre? I don't even know. You mean that song? No. No. No, I didn't. No. No, different music. What's this? Oh. This is cool. Music genre. Maybe like ambient music.
Please place the weighted storage cube on the 1500 megawatt aperture science heavy duty super colliding super button.
Super button. Where am I? Oh. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, there's 3. 1, 2, 4. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Perfect. Please move quickly to the chamber lock, as the effects of prolonged exposure to the button are not part of this test.
Yeah, what's the song that goes? Yeah, anybody know what that song is called? Please write me a business email. Yeah, what's that one called? I don't know what that is.
You're doing very well. Please be advised that a noticeable taste of blood is not part of any test protocol, but is an unintended side effect of the aperture science material emancipation grill, which may, in semi-rare cases, emancipate dental fillings, crowns, tooth enamel, and teeth.
It takes your teeth away. Listen to the music. Did they change the music? Did they change the music for this version? Can you hear me? Hi. Did they change the music for this game? Hi. How do we chew our food then? I don't know. What is this? What happens if your face gets shot with that thing? Hi.
Very good. You are now in possession of the Aperture Science handheld portal device.
Portal!
You can create your own portals. These interdimensional gates have proven to be completely safe. The device, however, has not. Do not touch the operational end of the device. Do not look directly at the operational end of the device. Do not submerge the device in liquid.
The operational end of
Most
the
importantly,
device.
under no circumstances should you...
I like the music in Portal 2. I have the soundtrack. I have the soundtrack of Portal 2. Can you hear me? Don't look into it. Oh, I see.
To ensure the safe performance of all authorized activities, do not destroy vital testing apparatus.
This is with RTX. Yeah, I'm streaming. Heteros. Jean-Michel Basquiat once said, art is how we decorate space. Music is how we decorate time. Wow. So your voice decorates time, Lily. Isn't that a wonderful notion? Yeah. Thank you for telling me that. That's cool. Thank you very much. Okay. I think that's it. Both Half-Life and Portal have insanely good music. Maybe I'll do a playthrough. A music playthrough. And just put on my listening ears. Yes, this is the RTX version, definitely. That sounded sarcastic. It is, though. It is the RTX version. No sarcasm. No sarcasm here. What's this?
Please proceed to the chamber lock. Mind the gap.
RTX.
For your own safety, do not destroy vital
Hi.
testing apparatus.
Hi. 1, 2, 3. Are there 3 of me? Or is there 1 of me? 1, 2. What is that? It's a QR code. What the?
Certain objects may be vital to your success. Do not destroy. Well done. Remember.
Secrets. If you put them in both corners, you can see yourself. Yeah, but I can't. I only have 1. I'm only 1 portal. I can't. Do you think Netflix would ever make a Netflix original series about Portal? I can't see myself. There I am. Get her! Get her! What would it be about? There would be... Well, first of all, it would be like a bunch of mom humor. For sure. It would be like She-Hulk. She-Hulk. I can't do it. I like these rooms. Oh, sorry. Okay. I really like those rooms. I like to imagine what's back there. That looks awesome. It would be so creepy if you saw a person here and then they like left. Just out of the corner of your eye. Super creepy. G-Man. Yeah, G-Man. You pray to the 9 lords, the 9 mortal men, doomed to die. And the Witch King of Angmar. From Magic the Gathering.
Welcome to Test Chamber 4. You're doing quite well.
Yeah, I watched that She-Hulk show and I didn't like it very much, I have to say. I didn't like that one. I love how... I want to put this in my mouth. That looks good. That looks good. That's me. This could be an album cover. Mm-hmm. The implications are very scary. There's an uncanny aspect to all area. Yeah, it would be cherry flavor. Mmm. Yum.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
I don't. Drop it on your heads. I don't see the. Oh, it's just here. Okay. What's down there? Cool. Yeah, I'm still alive. Hi. Hi, I'm glad you're here.
Once again, excellent work.
Thank
As
you.
part of our required test protocol, we will not monitor the next test chamber. You will be entirely on your own. Good luck.
Hi. 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 Post-rock cover. I love a genre of music called drone metal. Do you know what drone metal is? Hi, Sarah, bro. Hi. 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 Cool. This test will hit you in the head. You know drone rock. Is it made by male ants? No, but that's a funny joke. I like that. Oh, Guma Bear. Where are the portals leads?
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
I don't know. I don't know. Hi, multimedia. Metal composed by drones. Bzzz. I love playing with my bees. I love bees. What? Huh? What the? Oh, you have to have 2 of them. Oh, there it is. These are dangerous. Bzzz. Not to me. Can we get the monthly bee update?
As part of a required test protocol, our previous statement suggesting that we would not monitor this chamber was an outright fabrication. Good job. As part of a required test protocol, we will stop enhancing the truth in 3, 2...
Okay, that scared me. Yeah, the concept of this game is awesome. I really like it. Okay, so my bees. Hi, G-Pool. I loved your Mario Party today. I want to have a Mario Party one day. Maybe next year. But... oh. Leo Dickinson TV, thank you very much for the raid. Everyone, please check out Leo Dickinson TV. Make sure to give him a follow. He's awesome. He loves all kinds of things. He loves music. He loves sumo wrestling. He loves VTubing. Yes, he does. What was I saying? Oh yeah, okay, my bees were sad because I had to give them their medicine. So they were kind of stressed out. So I gave them some honey. I brought them some honey and they cheered right up. I could see them visibly pog. They went and told their friends. And they started licking it up with their little dog tongues. Pog. How do you... I just heard here, Brian. What kind of bees do you have? Honey bees. Honeybees! Yeah, they can boil wasps in a big ball. It's true, they can. They also have stingers. 2 is the best because of the costumes, and GameCube had great mini games. Aren't there like 9 Mario parties? Or more? There might be more actually. Oh, you have to, so there's a few different ways that you can give bees medicine, but it's mostly vapor. Like, you give it to them with like strips that are soaked in the medicine, and it's like volatile, so it'll evaporate into the hive. Or you can use like a spray.
Is one of many enrichment center goals. The Aperture Science High Energy Pellet seen to the left of the chamber can and has caused permanent disabilities such as vaporization. Please be careful.
Cool. There's like 14 if you come. There are Game Boy Mario parties? What the heck? I want to have a Mario party next year. She said, well, you said, how did that happen? Please listen, understand. Like that.
Unbelievable. You
Subject name here.
must be the bride of.
Subject hometown here.
Cool. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. There are as many Mario parties as there are Final Fantasies. I met a few friends, one specifically, but he has a friend too, who loves Final Fantasy VIII. He loves Final Fantasy
Warning
VIII.
devices are required on all mobile equipment. However, alarms and
Hi.
flashing hazard lights have been found to agitate the high-energy pellet and have therefore been disabled for your safety.
Oh, thanks. That was cool. I love Final Fantasy VIII. In my opinion, that's a good one. Where does this go? Here.
Good. Now use the Aperture Science unstationary scaffold
Oh.
to reach the chamber lock.
Oh, where am I? Yelp. Yelp. Have you seen the Final Fantasy 16 demo? I heard about it on Twitter, but I haven't played it. I would like to play it. Is it on Steam? No, it's probably PlayStation, right? I don't have a PlayStation. Final Fantasy 3 on the NES doesn't hold up that well. I have to try it. I heard 4 is really good. Final Fantasy 16 is PS5 exclusive. Oh man. Those exclusivity deals. But it'll come to PC eventually, I know it will. Because Final Fantasy 15 did. So definitely.
Please note that we have added a consequence for failure. Any contact with the chamber floor will result in an unsatisfactory mark on your official
swimming
testing
level.
record,
Swimming.
followed by death. Good luck.
You can, thank you. You can swim. Where is it? Oh, there it is. You can swim in this level. Oh crap. What? Huh? What? Thank you very much for the 37 months. That's so many months. Thank you for... Wait. Please hold, please hold. Oh, you... Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, that's how good they get you. Okay. Hey, Lily. That's 1 more month in 3 years. Are you messing with me?
Very impressive. Please note that any appearance of danger is merely a device to enhance your testing experience.
Cool. Okay, thank you. I like tests. Instead of animal testing, they should just do me testing. I would do better than any animal. Probably. Cool.
The Enrichment Center regrets to inform you that this next test is impossible. Make no attempt to solve it.
Are you smarter than a capybara? That should be a game show. I would watch that every week. Definitely. I would binge it on Netflix. But you are an animal. How rude.
The Enrichment Center apologizes for this clearly broken test chamber.
Usagi Yojimbo waiting room. I have to play that. I have to play Shredder's Revenge and play as Usagi Yojimbo. One of my favorite Western comic book heroes of all time. He's just one
Once
Ronin.
again, the Enrichment Center offers its most sincere apologies on the occasion of this unsolvable test environment.
Stop tricking me.
Fantastic. You remained resolute and resourceful in an atmosphere of extreme pessimism.
Cool. What would the Institutional Review Board think of that, though? I don't know. Do I look like I'm on some kind of fancy boards? Have you seen how fast monkeys can solve those memorization problems? No. 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 Alright. Nice to see you again, too, Verdatum. I'm glad you're here. Big brain frog, average brain size. Representative of other frogs, probably. Yes. Not that I'm a frog, of course. I like how the TMNT and Usagi Yojimbo get to hang out, even though it makes no sense because the careers are friends. Yeah. I love that so much. They're best friends because they started their comics together as they started drawing their comics the same year as indie comic creators in like the 80s, and they were both like black and white, and they were both like, our comic is never gonna catch on. It's so Jover. But they stuck it out, and one of them got really big and popular, but he didn't let his popularity change him because he kept being best friends with the guy who made the bunny comic. And I love that. And so whenever he had like a spare slot in the action figure lines or like an episode in one of the TV series, he was like, hey friends, do you want an action figure? Or like, do you want an arc in our cartoon? Cause we're friends. And they're like best buddies forever. It's so cute. No, I'm not smarter than a 5th grader. No, definitely not. Bye, Leo, bye. I hope you had an awesome stream, and I hope you get some good rest. Good night.
Ika_ just subscribed. Hey Lily.
And-
LilyHops, yes.
And thank you very much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Hi, Ika. Thank you for the year of support. I really appreciate all of your help. And I hope you're having a good day. I love looking at your
Hello
tweets.
again. To reiterate, previous one. For momentum.
Okay, that was scary. I like looking at your tweets about Project Zomboid. and Melty Blood. Sometimes it's the highlight of my day. You actually didn't know that? That's so awesome. It's so cool. They have stuck together for like freaking 40 years. And it's so adorable because they're just really close friends and they like share everything and they're so nice to each other. It's the kind of thing that gives you hope. In my opinion, like a little bit maybe. I think there's a lot of things that can give you hope if you know what to look for.
Spectacular. You appear to understand how a portal affects forward momentum, or to be more precise, how it does not.
Kind of fun. Okay, science teacher voice. That's kind of cool. I want to listen to this. I've listened to Portal 2's soundtrack a lot more than Portal 1.
Webtwoods has gifted a sub to Vine.
Hey Webtwoods, thank you very much for the gift sub. I really appreciate your help. Thank you so much. Thank you for helping me. But yeah, in the new side-scrolling beat-em-up with TMNT, they just added DLC that adds Usagi Yojimbo, and I'm so happy. Because I love the comic about the bunny samurai, and it's done by the best friend of the TMNT guy, because they share everything. Yeah, Usagi. Yeah. I hope you do get it. Yeah, it looks really well done, too. I love minimalist ambient music. It's really good thinking music, but also good feeling music. You can feel and you can think. You can do both, if you want to. Less is almost always more. I think so too, but sometimes more can be impressive. Am I supposed to go here? I was just playing. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go here. Yeah, Miyamoto Usagi. Oh, go up my stairs. Oh. Yeah, we're doing science. Yeah, ambient music. I listen to ambient music when I do homework a lot of the time. But I also like rain. And I like rain and I like ASMR. But only if there isn't too much talking in the ASMR. That's how I feel. You almost sound like you're in a space station while doing horror. Yeah. Yeah. I always thought he was called Usagi Yojimbo in both his own series. Well, he is a Yojimbo, so by profession he is a Yojimbo. So he is a masterless samurai, and by trade he sells his skill, his martial prowess with a sword. He offers it to like anybody who can pay to be like, hey, I'll be your bodyguard because I don't have like a king guy to protect.
Momentum, a function of mass and velocity, is conserved between portals. In layman's terms, speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out.
Speedy thing go in, speedy thing go out. Okay, very good. Did Portal get a remaster? Apparently, I didn't know about that until just now. Well, an hour ago. You ever watch any Ninja Turtle shows? Uh-huh. I haven't fully watched any of them, but I've partially watched 3 of them. And I think there are 4 total. It was a tectum, hello Aussie giant, hello Aussie giant. A bit. Yeah, Rise might be my favorite, but I like the 80s one too. The animation is amazing in that one, but I think the character designs in Rise are better, and probably the writing too. You gonna watch the new Turtles movie? Definitely. But I don't really go to movies in person. I don't like go to theaters that much. So I'll probably wait for it to come to streaming and then I'll watch it. But the trailer looks so good. He was named Usagi Yojimbo. Yeah, I think you're probably right about that, actually. I have watched his episodes in every TMNT because I'm a big fan of Usagi Yojimbo, like his comics.
The Enrichment Center promises to always provide a safe testing environment. In dangerous testing environments, the Enrichment Center promises to always provide useful advice. For instance, the floor here will kill you. Try to avoid it.
Hello, Kami. 11 out of 19. You remember the days you used to watch movies illegally? You watched an illegal movie? Called the cops. What the heck is this? Have you seen the new Spider-Verse? No, but I want to. I don't think the new one is on streaming yet. Is it? Maybe it is. What the? Not yet. Did you see Shin Kamen Rider? No. No, I've been having kind of a difficult time the last couple weeks. But there were some good moments too. Definitely, I would say definitely. What is that? I don't understand. Okay. Hello, Clonk. Sorry, that's not how I say your name. I just heard someone say it like that and I got like inspired, I guess. Hi. Hi, L colon Q. Hi. I promise not to I promise not to call you LeQuonk again. That's what I get.
Gifted a sub to PL and RD.
Thank you for the gift sub. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. LeQuonk is fine for you. Okay, LeQuonk. Hi. Hi, LeQuonk. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh. 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 Cool. Oh. Hi. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Hi, Brown Bull. I love your name.
The device has been modified so that it can now manufacture two linked portals at once. As
Two.
part of an optional test protocol, we are pleased to present an amusing fact. The device is now more valuable than the organs and combined incomes of everyone in.
Subject hometown here.
That's scary. Hi, Herman Chaos. Yeah, scary. I'm not a stayer. How come Aperture Science give you 2 portals and no middle for the soul? I just took it, I think. Yeah. Can I talk to you about... I'm not sure if I said this or if I just thought it. I'm so sorry. But can I talk to you about personal things? Is that okay? Can I talk to you about personal things that I've been thinking about? Is that okay? We cool? Is that okay? Is that alright? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, we cool? Okay, yeah, we cool? Yeah, the Shoban, we cool? Yeah, playing around? I don't like the idea of Lily having 2 portals in one day. Well, I get to have 2 of them. I get to have 2 of them. Okay, I tell you. I guarantee. I know you've been here, but hi. I still like playing high game. Hi. Okay. Sometimes hi. Sometimes I want to help people that I have no way of helping. Yeah, yeah. And I think I should stop that because it results in much disaster. Yeah. I think that happens to you a lot. It's complicated. It is complicated because you want to. Everybody wants to be like, oh yeah, sure, I can help you. Oh, I'll listen to your problems. I'll help you. But it's very easy to start doing that, and it kind of like snowballs into you doing things that you would not want to do. And I think a lot of the time, your ability to help people is actually pretty limited. Because, like, you can help people in little ways, but I think a lot of times people have to help themselves with certain things. Like, you can't fix everything for somebody. It's impossible. It doesn't make sense. But even though I know that, sometimes I try to do it anyway. And it's not good for me too, because it makes me really upset. Yeah. I don't think they're beyond help, but I can't help them, right?
Get your cheater, fling yourself. Fling into space.
You have to fling yourself. You have to fling yourself. Thank you for sharing that very tough topic. Yeah, because I wanted to be open to you about, like, things that I'm thinking about and things that I'm, like, worrying about. Because talking about it is helpful to me, definitely. Whenever I talk about things like this with you, I do feel better about it. But I also thought of, like, some solutions. Like, I have to do a better job of creating boundaries for myself, definitely. And that's not even something I can blame another person for, because you have to set them in advance. Yeah, so that the situation doesn't happen. That is what I think. Because it's so much harder for you to set a boundary later. Because, like, a situation escalated in a way you didn't expect it to. That's what I think. But you also can't know about that until you experience it, I think. You can read about that and not really know what it means. But if it happens to you, then, oh, I get to go higher. Cool. Yeah. The more experience you have, the more you can prepare for things. Like, oh, I made a mistake, and now in the future I will not do that. It's like in a boss fight in a video game. Like, in Dark Souls 3, some bosses have moves that there's no way you would be able to dodge it. It's too fast. You have to know the move exists before it happens. So the game is designed in a way where you die 1 or 2 times and then you're like, oh, okay, I shouldn't ever stand here because this can happen really suddenly. And it's like that in real life too. You don't die. Well, I guess you could, but you usually don't die. And you can just get better at stuff like that. Cause you learn more. That's what I think. Cool. Yeah. Where does this go? Can you tell me? Oh, here. Here? Sorry for trauma jumping you.
No one just subscribed. Lily Ho love Lily Ho 1 million OPS.
Cool. Okay.
We.
The Aussie Giant just subscribed. Wait.
Mariki, you tell me you'll eventually be able to dodge guns? No. But maybe you'll be able to avoid situations where you have to dodge guns. You know what I mean? Like maybe you won't be in a place where there are guns shooting at you because you learned how to say no earlier on. Because you're like, oh, this guy works for the Mexican drug cartel. Maybe I shouldn't hang out with him. And then nobody will shoot you. The end. Remember to dodge roll. Yeah. You learn how to not be shot. It's called not being American. True. True. I want... Oh. Oh. Hi.
Now that you are in control of both portals, this next test could take a very, very long time. If you become lightheaded from thirst, feel free to pass out. An intubation associate will be dispatched to revive you with peptic salve and adrenaline.
Hi. Hi. Oh, ugh. What's it split in half? You could kiss yourself like that? Hold on. You could give yourself a hug. You don't know CPR? I do, I'll help you. Don't worry, I'll kiss you.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
But yeah. I have an idea. I talked to some really smart people. I didn't figure it out myself. I had to talk to people to understand. And a lot of problems are like that, I think. Where like sometimes in like Final Fantasy, for example, I have to talk to like a raid leader and they'll be like, this, you have to do this thing in this part of the fight, and you'll go like, oh, okay. Talking to friends can help you learn things that you would learn on your own, but in much less time. It's like a catalyst. Yeah. Cool music. How can I do this? Shoot the ceiling. Like that. But it's not. Is it working? Okay. Oh, where am I? Hello? Where am I? Here? Wait. What? Where am I? Hi. Have you thought of some ways to avoid ending up in those situations? I have. I wrote them all down in my notebook. But I feel better about it. And you know what? I'll end up in similar situations in the future, but I'll get better and better at handling it.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
Because that's basically just how learning works. It's iterative. You can't say, oh, I'll never end up in another problem situation again. But you can come up with solutions over time.
As part of a previously mentioned required test protocol, we can no longer lie to you. When the testing is over, you will be missed.
I miss you too. You got a hard lesson about warming up to things if you're out of practice. You did. Do your legs hurt now? If there's anything we can do to help, tell us. Okay, I will. Missed. You will be missed. Yeah, you will be missed. You can make yourself never encounter a problem again, but you've been miserable for the rest of your life. Yeah, and it's not worth it. You have to decide for yourself based on your specific scenario. Good night, Snee. I think it's SN11 maybe, but I'm going to call you Snee. I'm not checking you, I promise. Good night, secretly handsome. I hope you have a good rest. Good night. Good night. That sounds like a problem to you. I don't know if your genie is a good guy. Genie? What the? Sometimes you say goofy stuff. What is this? You do not
All
want
subjects intending to handle high-energy gamma-leaking portal technology must be informed that they may be informed of applicable regulatory compliance issues. No further compliance information is required or will be provided, and you are an excellent test subject.
I am an excellent test subject. Hey, Big Bro. You can cheese this puzzle? Cheese? You can? You can cheese? Yeah, this test robot lady is nice. Right. Mouse to Lily. A mouse? You calling me a mouse? Hi. I like how cold the music sounds. I like the sustain a lot too. It's very it's very clinical and freaky.
Potted just subscribed. Hi, Lily.
Hi. 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 Thank you for the 30 months. Very pog of you. I want to go over here now. Oh, I've been doing really well in school. And I've been playing a lot of games, and I've been spending time with my friends. And doing a lot of cool stuff. Okay. Did I do it right?
Very, very good. A complimentary victory lift has been activated in the main chamber.
Cool! Did Portal always have this ambient music? I didn't think it did, but everyone says it's from the original. Or maybe they were saying it's original. Like, not from the original, but original to this version. I don't know what they meant now. Now I'm just confused. It did always have it. Okay. Thank you, Ethereal. Oh, also, you guys, I'm so sorry for streaming so late at night. Not relevant at this point, but have you seen the Usagi Yojimbo Commodore 64 game? It had ways to gain and lose honor. Simple yet interesting game. That game looks so hard. I've watched a few playthroughs of it. It looks ridiculously hard.
The Enrichment Center is committed to the well-being of all participants. Cake and grief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the test.
Cake.
Thank you for helping us help you help
Cake.
us all.
Yeah, sleep is optional. Is that true, Cow? Is that true? Where have you been? I didn't really feel like streaming. Well, that's not entirely true. For the most part, I didn't feel like streaming, but a few times I tried streaming and it didn't feel right. There was something wrong. And I think that... Ooh.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
I think that's because I had to sort out some streaming related issues I had. Yeah. Yeah. The cake is a delicious reward. Is that true? Is that true?
Testing apparatus destroyed.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel good about it, but now I do. Yeah. Yeah. Now I do feel good about it.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
Yeah, freaking streaming related issues are the worst. That's a cute response. Oh yeah, these make your portal go away, right? Yeah, okay. Did you move your chair closer to the camera? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Okay, I can't do that. Ah. Eh? Have a good lurk. Yeah, it's a QR code. It's something for NVIDIA, I think. It's something NVIDIA related. Maybe you'll have to collect all of them. And you unlock a secret graphics driver. Probably. I'm glad you're not forcing yourself to stream just for the heck of it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not the kind of person who would, I think. If I ever don't feel like streaming, I usually just do not. I do not. But I felt kind of bad because Some people that I talked to a lot were having a difficult time. And like, I felt so bad because I couldn't do anything to help. I always want to help, but sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I can't do anything. Not very tricky. Or it can be tricky. Maybe it's not tricky all the time. Where am I? Did I do it right? No. You're an helper, Harry. Sometimes help can make it worse. I definitely made it worse. Like 1,000,000%. And that feels bad too, right? Because you're trying to help. What? Yeah, even superheroes can't help everybody. Stinky Kong. I'm not really sure what to do with this. Maybe here. Okay, that's my blue one. It gives you a cheat code that lets you have alternate cubes with fancy lighting. That is so cool. I'm glad they let you have that. That is very generous of them. Okay, if you can get over here. Yes. Hi. Okay. Yeah, if you put it here. But because this thing. Where does it bounce to? Bounces to bum, and then back to where it started. I see. So you have to put one here and one here. But how can you get to the other side? I don't understand. I wonder if you have to... No, that doesn't make sense. Ah. Okay. What the... How do I go back? How do I go back? Big brain. You think so? Do you think I'm smarter than a capybara? Do you promise? You promise? You always trick me. I'm so confused. Am I going the right way? Yeah, that was cool. Okay. I have to go to the side where they're coming out. I see, I see. kind of like drone metal in a way. It's really not so different from drone metal. You don't think that was the right way? Well, sorry. Sorry I didn't get the puzzle on the first try. Mister. Oh, a timed puzzle. I don't know. Don't shoot me. Where is the collector? Does it bounce forever?
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
Oh! Huh? Oh, no. Help. I'm lost. Shoot! No! Shoot! Shoot, you have to! Oh, I have a big idea. Boss. Boss, what should we do, boss? Good, smart job. So cool, so smart. Oh, so smart.
Did you know you can donate one or all of your vital organs to the Aperture Science Self-Esteem Fund for Girls? It's true.
It's true. Hi. Jesus Persuader. Hi. Good Cookie. Hello, Venom Voids. Hi. Hi. I'm glad you're here. I'm happy you're here. I am happy. Ew, look at all the stains and stuff in here. Gross. Sheesh.
Due to mandatory scheduled maintenance, the appropriate chamber for this testing sequence is currently unavailable. It has been replaced with a live fire course designed for military androids. The Enrichment Center apologizes for the inconvenience and wishes you the best of luck.
Hop, hop, hop. While I was playing Diablo 4, I did an impression of these guys. About 1,000,000 times, and I annoyed my friend.
Put me down.
Put me down.
Target lost. Hibernating.
Are you still
Sentry
there?
mode activated. Who's there? Goodbye.
Goodbye. Target lost. Why?
No hard feelings.
I love them.
There you are. Please put me down. Searching.
Hi.
Target lost.
Hi. Hi.
Searching. Help.
Help. Hi.
There you are. Are you still there? Who are you?
Target lost.
I like them.
Searching. Are you still there?
Hi. You fell!
Shutting down.
You fell. I'm sorry. I just think they're neat. I do. What's this? No. What the? Oh! Listen to how the ambience changes. The cake is a lie. You stopped after this. Did you get too scared? Hello? Can I help you? Yeah, it's scary. These rooms made you sad. You were immersed. Help. Oh, listen to the boom, boom, boom. Oh, RTX 4090. This game really predicted the future. Oh, look, 'cause you can cook food on an old computer. 'Cause it gets too hot running Portal. How did they know? I don't know. But I'm getting kind of freaked out, if you ask me. Look! Bean! Beans! Beans! Cool. Well, this is a little too freaky. I gotta get out of here. Goodbye. Stop shooting me! Stop. You gotta get out of there. Yeah, beans. Yeah. You wish all games had creepy, mysterious secrets. It depends on the type of game. Thank you for your kind words, Kairu. I don't hate you.
I don't blame you.
I don't blame you. Cool! Cool! Thank you very much for the gift sub. Thank you very, very much. Oh, because this dispenses it, and it's like broken, so it keeps trying to make more of them, I see. Hi. It sounds like Star Wars. Stop. It sounds like Star Wars to me. Where am I? Yup. Boss. Yeah. Can I build a castle? You can go here. Can be my friend.
Badger just
Are you still there? There you are.
Oh!
Searching.
Yeah. Abducted by aliens.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed. Who's there? Target lost. Searching.
Oh!
See you. Please put me down.
I thought this was the same one for a second, but it's definitely not. What the? Don't hurt him. I won't. I won't. They're friends. They can talk.
Target lost.
They can listen to the music together. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Vital testing
Boom, boom, boom,
apparatus
boom,
destroyed.
boom. How do you get out? How do you do it? Is this the exit? Turrets? Oh.
Well done, Android. The Enrichment Center once again reminds you that Android Hell is a real place where you will be sent at the first sign of defiance. Still there? Uh-oh. Searching. Good day.
Friends.
Target lost.
Smeagol won the argument. That's funny. Yeah, the intrusive thoughts are winning. They're winning. They're too intrusive. Yup. Yup. Hi. I can't shoot this one
The
off the
vital
wall.
apparatus vent will deliver a weighted companion cube in 3,
2, 1. Go. companion cube. I have a plushie of this. I was going to say stuffed animal, but it's not an animal, it's a cube.
This weighted companion cube will accompany you through the test chamber. Please take care of it.
Cool. Yeah, I have one. I do. Yeah, I have it. It's an animal. No, it's a cube. It's called a cube. Can I have it? No, that's my friend. That's my cube. Can you fare it, cameras? Oh, look at you. You're so big. Ugh. I don't know. Probably not. I'm not sure. I can't. Can you figure it? Oh, the real one. Cube, before I watched Meat play that. It looked very funny. It also looked very much like a Meat game. A game that Meat would play. You know Meat, right?
The symptoms most commonly produced by enrichment center testing are superstition, perceiving inanimate objects as alive, and hallucinations. The enrichment center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak.
It can't. That's a relief. I thought it could. Oh. Yeah, I tried to turn around.
The enrichment center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak.
Good job. You like that streamer but don't watch often. She has a strong character, don't she? Yeah, she's a cave lady. And she loves Cookie. I know her name is Cookie, but I say it wrong sometimes by mistake.
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
Can I put this here? She is a frog. She is a frog. Wait. Okay, I thought there might have been stairs. Did you know Cookie is a frog? I knew Cookie is a frog, yes. I knew Cookie is a frog. I collabed with Cookie and she explained it's actually a frog. And I said, because I thought that was so cool. Starting beef with the south side? No. No. No, exactly. No. Lily has beef with Wendy's. Is she allowed to be a frog VTuber? Yeah. Yeah. How can... There's no portal place here. Oh, I can use my camera. Oh. Yeah. Karma. Wait, where did that open? Did it open this thing? What do you mean? Is it up here? Ah. No. Maybe this thing. Yes, yes. Maybe this thing. Hmm?
The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube cannot speak. In the event that the weighted companion cube does speak, the Enrichment Center urges you to disregard its advice.
Hi. Thank you for the. What is happening? And it only shoots one. Thank you very much for the good sub. Thank you. Uh-oh. Where did I put my cube? Where did I put my cube? What the heck? How do I get in here? Are you enjoying the game? I like it. I like it. I wanted to play a fun game that I like today. And I knew I liked this one. So I thought I would play it with... No! Not with a portal! Mr. Know-It-All. Oh, maybe it's called Portal for a reason. Maybe you should try using a portal. No! No. You're right. You're right. No, you're not supposed to see that. Too late. I did. I'll check my cube inside. This is too scary. What the heck? Milk? Beans? You eat milk and beans? What the cake? What the heck? Tasty. Tasty cake. What does that say? Stop? Stop wait thing. Stop wait. Stop what? What does that say? Stop watching. Oh, stop watching. She's watching you. Stop watching. I see. Look, he loves the cube. Cool. Look, they updated the date it came out. Cool. Yeah. Oh, you have to have the cube to get
You
through
did
here.
it. The weighted companion cube certainly brought you good luck. However, it cannot accompany you for the rest of the test and, unfortunately, must be euthanized. Please escort your companion cube to the Aperture Science Emergency Intelligence Incinerator.
We have to kill the cube.
You euthanized your faithful companion cube more quickly than any test subject on record. Congratulations.
I killed the cube. I got an achievement. I got an achievement. I got an achievement. No, no, don't Saga. Cause you, I think you get more of them, maybe. Please. You get more of them. More cubes.
The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The enrichment
Cool.
center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake.
What did you say? What was that? What was that last part? What? 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 Hazarkodia. Hi. Hmm? Let me out, let me out. This place is made of cubes. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. How do I get out? Help me out. Oh. 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 Hi. Hi, welcome to my stream. Hi. I haven't streamed in a long time. But today I did. I streamed. Ah, not again. Oh. Oh, so you probably get a cube here, maybe. What am I trying to knock over? The turrets, maybe? Can I knock over the turrets so I can go like this? And... okay. Press it again, and I can go like this. Where does it shoot? Ah, stop. Stop that. Okay, I should have had it here. But it rotates is the problem, see? It rotates. That's why it rotates. Arr. I need to just wait. If I just wait, it'll hit. I think. Yeah, that will hit. I show you. That will hit. Do you rotate? Yeah, I rotate. Ow! Why you hit me? This puzzle is all about waiting. This puzzle is trying to teach you how to slow down and enjoy the flowers. Look, that's my blood. Yes, patience is a virtue, yes. Ah, I see. Okay, so there's a blue portal there. Where then? Where? Okay, that's the blue portal. Oh, blue portal. No! Why? Why? Tell me why. Give me one good reason. Okay, that's my blue portal. Stay. Stay. Okay. Why? Why? Get tricked? Why? Why? They disappear on moving surfaces. Oh. 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 Okay. That makes sense. Okay, now it makes sense to me. Ah. Oh. Okay. Okay. And then... Oh! Boom, 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 boom. Pretty good though, huh? Oh, limited time. Oh, not limited. Where does it go? Come back, come back. I miss you. I miss you. You make my life better when you're here. How? How? Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, but don't gloat about it, okay? Okay, you better not gloat about it. Ah. Okay. Got it. The platform always supports you, it does. Did you see the new Spider-Man? Nope. Nope. But I heard it's really good. The new Spider-Man. Is this true? Is it good? You're not trying to trick me, are you? It's not actually bad. Oh. I'm so clumsy. Oh. Okay. You must companion Kublai willing to marry it then. Is Spider-Verse 2 as good as Spider-Man 1? Spider-Verse 1? Is this good? What the heck? I thought we were at the end. Oh. Ah. Okay.
Well done. Be advised that the next test requires exposure to uninsulated electrical parts that may be dangerous under certain conditions. For more information, please attend an Enrichment Center Electrical Safety Seminar.
A safety seminar of some kind. What's that? Safety, huh? Huh? Huh?
Welcome to the final test. When you are done, you will drop the device in the Equipment Recovery Annex. Enrichment Center regulations require both hands to be empty before any cake.
Cake! Cake! What do you mean? Oh, did I do it? I thought it was gonna be a two-part, like I would have to do it here and then I would have to connect here to another part. Where's the funny annex? Where's the funny annex?
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
It's not going. It's not going. Hello? Oh. Yeah, I missed the platform. I'm sorry. I make a lot of mistakes sometimes, but it's okay. Even if you make a mistake, it'll be okay. I got scared. I got scared. Okay, new strat. Watch this. No! No! No!
Vital testing apparatus destroyed.
Oh, G-Man. G-Man, G-Man. What the? Really? Really? Okay. Ah. Cake.
Congratulations.
Cool.
The test is now over. All Aperture technologies remain safely operational up to 4,000 degrees Kelvin. Rest assured that there is absolutely no chance of a dangerous equipment malfunction prior to your victory incandescence. Thank you for participating in this Aperture Science computer-aided enrichment activity. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
What are you doing? Stop it. Please.
What are you doing?
The final challenge where we pretended we were going to murder you. We are very, very happy for your success. We are throwing a party in honor of your tremendous
Cool
success.
party.
Place the device on the ground, then lie on your stomach with your arms at your sides.
Oh.
The party associate will arrive shortly to collect
You
for
can't
your
do
party.
this to me.
Make no further attempt to leave the testing
I
area.
almost escaped from
Assume the
here.
party escort submission. What are you doing? Stop it.
What are you doing?
We are pleased that you made it through the final challenge where we pretended we were going to murder you. We are very,
Okay, I did
very
it.
happy for your success. We are throwing a party in honor of your tremendous success.
Oh, this place is falling apart.
Then lie on your stomach with your arms at your sides.
What are you doing?
A party associate will arrive shortly to collect you for your party. Make no further attempt to leave the testing area.
I got
Assume
scared.
the party escort
Hi.
submission position or you
Hi.
will miss the party.
Hi. Hi. What are you doing? They're sleeping. What are you doing? It's smart for them. How do I go? Oh! Hmm? Hi. Hi.
You're there. I can feel you here.
Oh!
Hello?
Hi. Help. Oh. Oh. Very cool. Up here. Cube, because this is where the cubes come out of the tubes. They even show you the cube tubes. That's so cool. Oh! Yeah. Yeah. Where am I? Exit. That. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. What's up here?
What are you doing? You haven't escaped, you know. You're not even going the right way.
The cake.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Yes. Thank you very much for the raid, Maruni. That's so cool. Thank you very much for raiding me. I hope you had a wonderful stream. And thank you very much for picking me to raid. And everyone who's viewing my stream, please follow Maruni. Yes. Yes, please, yes. I hope you had a great day. That is what I hope. Hi, I'm Lily Hopkins. I am a little sister type streamer. I love having fun and doing ASMR and playing video games. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Portal is really fun. I like it. Oh, you want me to go into the cube tube? Cool. Cool. Oh, where am I? Become ice cubes. Become ice cubes? Huh? Oh, look, this is...
Okay, the test is over now. You win. Go back to the recovery annex for your cake. It was a fun test, and we're all impressed at how much you won. The test is over. Come back.
Should I go here? No? The music is so ethereal. I love it. I love listening to it. Cool. Do you have a favorite type of ice cube? Yeah, the ones that are like little rocks. They're my favorite.
I told them to wait for you, but they can't get anywhere. There is still some left if you hurry back.
The little bubbly ones. What about you? What's your favorite type of ice cube? Which one do you like? It's cool seeing like what surfaces the portals will work on. It's like these gray walls, pretty much. Oh, it tries to squish you. That's how they get you. It squishes you. I can't shoot it up here, unfortunately. It doesn't work. I want to try to get on top of this thing. Can I? How can I do that? Look, because we're underneath all of the oh, this is like the platforms. We're beneath one of the levels, pretty much. Oh, these are stairs. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's how they get you. You like your eyes like you like your dreams crushed. Is this true? Oh. I have a lot of dreams. Whenever I go to sleep, I have a dream. And then whenever I wake up, I work on my dreams too. That's why I always try my best. Like in school and stuff. And I always try my best to make my friends and people around me happy and stuff too. But sometimes that can get you in a little bit of hot water. It can, from time to time, get you in a little bit of hot water. What kinds of dreams? You wanna wait? Which one? What kinds? Well, last night I dreamed that I found a new type of bug. I discovered a new type of bug. But if you meant dreams like goals, then I have a lot of those too. Like, have you ever made a dream journal? No. But I have a regular journal.
You're not even going the right way. Where do you think you're going?
I have 2 notebooks that I write everything down in. I have one all about streaming, and I have one that's like a schedule, like planner thingy. And I use it to write down like dates of things, like, oh, this is due on this day, or like, I also use it to remember what I did on a day, so I'm like, what did I even do last week? I can just look at it and be like, oh, this is what I did last week, I worked on this. And when I organize my thoughts like that, it's a lot more helpful for me to figure out what I'm supposed to do next. Typically. Usually. That's cool. Why? Oh. Because this touches the ceiling. It touches the ceiling. And that's a big deal. Oh! My head.
You're not even going the right way. Where do you think you're going?
Hi, Kurok. Poggers, poggers. You can tell which one smashed into the ceiling because you can just look. Okay, good. Hello, welcome. Welcome to my stream, Crocodile. When you were a kid, you had a dream where you found a bunch of games in your room, then you woke up and went to your room again, and there were even more games, but you were still dreaming. This continued a few times until suddenly there were no games, and then you woke up. You looped around a few times before waking up for real, and still doubted if you were awake. Alright.
Didn't we have some fun?
That's a cool dream.
When the platform was sliding into the fire pit and I said goodbye, and you were like, don't worry. And then I was all, we pretended we were going to murder you. That was great.
That was not great. I used to
Is
always...
anyone there?
Yeah. I used to always have dreams about streaming, but I haven't had those in a while. And I used to have dreams about school. I haven't had those in even longer, I think. A super long time. But when I was really worried about school, I would always dream about it, and I could study in my dreams. I would have all of my study materials in front of me, and I could keep studying while I was asleep, and I could study as much Charles level as I wanted to. And I used to call it my superpower. I know it's lame, but it's true. That's called sleeping in class. No, it's true. I could actually study, cause I had a perfect memory of all of my study materials. And I could just review them, and I could do flashcards and stuff in my sleep. It was crazy, but I swear it's real. I really did it. I can't open this. I'm stuck. You had a dream that you found your dream controller. You wish you could do that. I haven't had it in like a year or something, but I used to do it like for a long time. I bet if I cared more about, like, if I was more worried about school, I could probably do it again, but I'm not really sure. Maybe I just can't anymore. I have no idea. I am not sure, but I found it interesting because usually if I heard somebody tell me that, I would not believe that they had that experience. It's been a long day and you're getting sleepy. Good night, Lily. Happy to see you stream again. Good night, everyone. Good night, Beach Shabon. Good night. I'm always happy to see you, Beach Shabon. How can I get out of here? The fact that this is a fence makes me think that there is a surface that I can shoot this onto. Nope. Nope. Wrong. Wrong. No way. Yeah, Lily pancake. It's true. Okay, I see. I have to time it. See? You see? I have to time it. Oh, you have to choose the correct one because look, these are differently timed and you have to choose the one that's timed with this. I show you. Oh, and it alternates. I think maybe it alternates because it's 2 half cycles. I show you. Is this gonna crush me? Yes, it is. So then this one should be right. Well, maybe I'm just wrong. Thank you very much for subscribing. Okay, we got it. Oh no. Oh. Thank you very much for subscribing to me. I really appreciate your help, and it means a lot to me. I'm surprised you could read notes and dreams. Me too. What the heck? Thank you very much for the 10 gift subs, E-Compton. Holy cow. Thank you for your support. That's a huge amount of support. Sheesh. Thank you very much for helping me. Raise the timer. You think I'm a cute frog? Alright. Well, not to brag, but I'm just a girl who likes frogs. Technically, if you read my lore document. Alright. Thank you very much. Oh yes. Papers, please. That's a video game. Is this gonna squish me somehow? How far back does this go? Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Oh. And now we can just walk through here. I think. No. You cannot just walk through here. But, okay, this is my blue portal on the other side, so I think I should be able to... Did that work? No, it didn't. What the? Ooh, is there LilyHops lore? Not very much. Not very much. But one day, I plan on getting a power boost one day. so I can become more powerful. Why don't I just put this here? That would be so much easier. Okay. A bit. Thank you, Digital Satyr. And thank you for your kind words, E. Compton. And do not woozy me, reviewer. Do not woozy me. Okay.
You really shouldn't be here. This isn't safe for you. It's not too late for you to turn back. I'm not angry. Just
You're woozying me. You're all woozying me. Why? Do I look woozyable? Huh?
you really shouldn't be here. This isn't safe for you. It's not too late for you to turn back. I'm not angry. Just go back to the testing area.
I usually make mistakes on things when I rush. And my friend always says if I just slowed down a little bit, I wouldn't make so many mistakes. But sometimes I try to rush things. Cool. Oh, you think I'm woozyable, huh? Oh, you all think I'm woozyable, huh? Look at the cube tube. I don't know if you missed it, but look at the cube tube, please. Oh, it says go this way. Go this way, okay. In here? Where should I go?
You should have turned left before. It's funny, actually, when you think about it. Someday we'll remember this and laugh, and laugh, and laugh. Oh boy.
And laugh. And laugh. If this really happened to me, I would probably believe her and be like, oh, maybe I am lost. Maybe I'm kind of gullible. Do you think you're gullible? Are you a gullible person? Or no? Yes. Yeah, I tend to believe people at face value typically. Gula? Are you saying gula? Is that a different language? Are you trying to trick me into believing it is a different language? You try not to be, and me too sometimes, but I tend to be. Only to your own delusions. Everybody has a delusion of some kind. Probably. I'm not sure if that's true, actually. But maybe. Water. Yup. Yup. A gullible person. Gulp, 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 gulp. You're the opposite of gullible. You're critical. You're very... You scrutinize things. You scrutinize them.
Deploying. Searching.
Hey.
Malfunctioning. I don't hate you.
I don't hate you.
Target lost.
Target lost.
Put me down.
Puts me down.
There you go. Shoot.
Searching. Target lost.
Searching.
Oh,
I
you still there?
Are you still there?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Malfunction.
Goodbye.
Shutting down.
Shutting down. Thank you very much for subscribing to me. I'll be on matcha. I love matcha tea. I think it is delicious. Is matcha technically tea, or is it different? Is matcha different from green tea? Can you tell me if it is? Do you know the truth? This definitely looks like I could get out. It's green tea ground up. I see it. I like to go to Starbucks and get matcha frappuccinos. But I haven't been there in like a year. Maybe more than a year. Target lost.
You're not a good person. You know that, right? Good people don't end up here. Can you hear me?
That's a lot of world building in one small sentence. It reminds me of the movie Cube. Have you ever seen the movie Cube? Cube looking companion cubes. You have. I like Cube because it's a math movie, but also a puzzle movie. You love those movies so much. I love you so much. They're prime numbers. That was so cool. I don't want to say anything else because I could spoil it by accident. But I am thinking about a scene that happens after what you're talking about, and it's very pog. It's very pog. I used to work at Starbucks. Matcha with white mocha can be pretty nice. Should I ask for that? Matcha with white mocha. Cube 2. Hypercube. That's my least favorite one. I like Cube 1 and Cube 0 better than Cube 2. In my opinion. I should drink some water, by the way. I forgot all about drinking water because I forgot about streaming. That's why I forgot about my Buzz Lightyear button. I've got a Buzz Lightyear button. Hi, Arthur Abbott. Arthur Abbott is an awesome streamer, and you should definitely go follow him. Why would anyone build Cube? What is it for? You should watch Cube 0 to find out. Well, they speculate on the reasons in Cube 1, but they tell you in Cube 0. But you should watch Cube 0 third. Well, unless you skip Cube 2, because it sucks. Just to me, though. There are definitely people who exist who are like, oh, the second one, the 2 is my favorite one. It's just not me. You'll watch it today. Okay, just so you know, it's a little scary. It is technically a horror movie. But, if you're okay with that, I think you might like it. Over here. Okay. What about Cube 3? I think there's only 3 of them, and the third one is called Cube 0, because you're prequel to the first one. You prefer the first Cube, but you haven't seen Cube 0. The first one's the best one. In my opinion. I want some beans. Gonna get the bean can. Am I supposed to be doing something? This is why I have my notebook. Did you watch the platform? I did. It was interesting. I like the premise. It reminded me kind of Cube, but also kind of of Battle Royale a little bit, like the original Fortnite movie. It's all about perspectives, I agree.
This is your fault. It didn't have to be like this. I'm not kidding now. Turn back, or I will kill you.
No!
I'm going to kill you.
No!
And all the cake is gone. You don't even care, do you? This is
Cool,
your
look!
last chance.
Look! What the? The big bad wanted. Is that what it says? Yeah, cute. That Japanese movie was a Japanese battle royale, yeah. It's about Japanese high school students, I think. Maybe middle school, I can't remember. But it has a lot of similarities to the platform, in my opinion. Yeah, RTX on. You think? Yeah, I feel like they were younger. Free computers in that room, cool. Oh, what is that? Yelp! Yelp! It's so creepy. Oh, it opens the glass. Okay, okay. What the? What's this? Yeah. Cute sounds, contaminated area. Glass. E Compton 3, thank you very much for the 10 gift subs. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Thank you for all of the subscriptions. Did it work? Oh, cool. Yeah, radioactive materials over here. Thank you so much, A. Compton, for the 20 total gift subs you gave me. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I want to try to do a good job. But all I can do is my best. And all you can do is your best, too. So let's both do our best, okay? Let's just do what we can. And I'm pretty sure that should be enough. Yeah. Do you have any plan to play Portal 2, or is this just a one-off type thing? I could play Portal 2. I do not specifically have plans to play it, but oh, I see. Hi. Oh. I don't specifically have plans to play it, but I would play it. Yes. I would be a Portal player. Definitely. The stream has been super fun. I think you're doing fine. Okay. I appreciate the feedback a lot. It's very good. Okay. I'm happy to hear that. While I was taking a 2.5 week break to take time to myself, I watched a lot of streams. I watch a lot of streams anyway, but I watched some people I really look up to, and I got inspired a bit. I think some people are really amazing streamers. Aw, I missed you too. Is Portal a retro game? Uh-huh. I think. There's like a very specific definition for retro games, and maybe this isn't a retro game, but I think it is. I think it is. There are better streamers than Lily. I think so, yes. Definitely. Yes. But the great thing about streaming is that you get to pick your favorite. So, who my favorite streamer is going to be different from everybody else's favorite streamer. And the cool thing is, nobody can take that away from you. You get to just pick who you like, and you can even change it too, because your tastes will change. And that's not a bad thing, that just means you're growing and developing as a person. And you're becoming smarter and cooler and figuring out what you like. And I think that's based of you. Very based. Well, I got it. All your favorite streamers are bald. I'll be right back. Listen to my shoes. Good night, Bramble. Good night. Thank you for watching. I remember seeing you chatting on a Japanese VTuber stream. Yeah. That could have been a few different people. But there's some Japanese streamers I like a lot. And there's a lot of English streamers I like a lot too. Searching. Target lost.
Are you still there?
Are you still there? Target lost. Searching.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Do you know Japanese? No, not really. Maybe small amounts, but not very much. You didn't say sorry to the companion queue because you didn't talk to me. Uh-oh. Target lost.
Target lost. Good night.
I talk to a lot of animals that don't talk to me though.
You come over here. Are you still there? Hello. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Target lost.
Target lost.
Anyone there?
Is anyone there? You set me up.
Are you still there?
Good night, Linky Coast. Good night. Hope you have a good rest.
Hello.
And thank you for watching me. I'm gonna put him with his friends.
Who are you?
Or probably her friends. Or actually, it's probably a robot. I'll probably send there. Target lost.
Target lost.
Okay. Some animals can talk to you, just not in English. Like parrots. Like horseshoe crabs. Target lost. Good night, Cairo. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time.
Deploying. Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't blame you.
Whales. I heard whales make spooky songs. I should listen to some whale recordings. Why? Ow. Target lost. Oh yeah, parrots do talk in English, you're right. What the heck am I talking about? This room reminds me very much of Portal 2. Oh. The friendly fire sounds are so cute. I have to look closely at this. Oh, I understand. This game outright copied Portal 2. You can't say that. It's illegal. Target lost. Are you still there? You're missing something. No. It's amazing how many people don't know that Dodo was just a cheap clone of League of Legends. Lily's her ASMR one. That's a good idea, actually. I love pretending. And pretending to be a robot is super fun. Target lost. Good night. Hope you have a good rest. Oh, I shouldn't do that on the angled one. Lily turret voice replacement mod. That's a good idea. Wow. The turrets are already ASMR. That's how they lull you into a false sense of security. You're right. You are completely right. Should I go up there here? Oh, probably over here, huh? I thought the best kind of stream to do when I'm first coming back is one that doesn't have too much pressure and like it's super casual and I don't have to do it at a certain time of day, just whenever I'm comfortable, just to get used to streaming again pretty much. And basically I do that whenever I have a little bit of a break. Yeah, a comfort game. Even if it's a short break, I feel better if I just kind of start slower. But I think a lot of people are like that. Being shot at can be so comforting, you're right. It can. Black Mesa. Cool. That's a good mindset. I think so too. That's a good mindset. How about you? Why am I lagging in this area? Why do I hear boss music? What the heck? Okay. This room has more RTX than anything else. This is the RTX room. They saved it for all here.
Well, you found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it? Because despite your violent behavior, the only thing you've managed to break so far is my heart. Maybe you could settle for that and we'll just call it a day. I guess we both know that isn't going to happen.
Please hold. Please hold, please hold. Yeah, the 3070 is so outdated. It's so outdated. Yeah, why the heck is the whole game like super 0% free video memory? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Off? Does that help? Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm stretching my legs. Hold on. Save settings. Why is it doing this? Yelp. Video settings. Advanced. I'm gonna turn everything down to low. Multi-core rendering. Okay. Multi-core. Yeah, I think this might be a situation where I have to restart the game. Let me see if
Goes this path. Now I have a surprise for you.
I have a surprise for you. Yeah, it definitely used up all of my CPU. Yes, yes. You wonder if it's still possible to get a physical version of Portal 1. Like on console maybe. Yeah, it's Jover. Yeah, I saved and I'm resetting. It's okay. It's okay, it's okay. I think you should modify the RTX options rather than the vanilla video options. The thing about that is they were all they were all on the lowest settings already. Maybe you can just restart and it will fix. I already did that. Don't worry. Don't worry, don't worry. Yeah, I'm the guy in the chair. I'm in the chair.
Goes this path. Now I have a surprise for you.
It works.
Deploying
It works.
surprise in 5, 4.
3,
Time out
2,
for a second. That
1.
wasn't supposed to happen. Do you see that thing that fell out of me? What is that? It's
What?
not the surprise. I've never seen it before. Never mind. It's a mystery I'll solve later. By myself. Because you'll be dead.
Hi.
Where are you taking that thing?
Hi.
I wouldn't bother with that thing. My guess is that touching it will just make your life even worse
How do
somehow.
you do it? I think you have to go over here.
I don't want to tell you your business, but if it were me, I'd leave that thing alone.
I like this little hut.
Do you think I'm trying to trick you with reverse psychology? I mean,
Yeah.
seriously now.
How do you open the hut?
Okay, fine. Do touch it. Pick it up and
Okay,
just
fine.
stuff it back into me.
Okay, fine.
Let's be
Yeah, we'll
honest.
come back.
Neither one of us knows what that thing does. Just put it in the corner. and I'll deal with it later.
Where did it go? I can't.
That thing is probably some
Can
kind
you-
of sewage container. Go ahead and rub your face all over it.
Can you see my stream?
Maybe you should marry that thing since you love it so much.
I
Do
always
you
say
want to
that.
marry it? Well, I won't let you. How does that feel?
Yandere.
Have I lied to you? I mean, in this room? Trust me, leave that thing alone.
I tried to put it in, but it doesn't go in.
I am being serious now. That crazy thing is not part of any test protocol.
Oh.
You're kidding me. Did you just set that aperture science thing, we don't know what it does, into an aperture science emergency intelligence incinerator?
Yeah.
That has got to be the dumbest thing that. Whoa.
Yeah.
Good news. I figured out what that thing you just incinerated did. It was a morality core they installed after I flooded the enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin to make me stop flooding the enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin. So get comfortable while I warm up the neurotoxin.
With the deadly
emitters.
neurotoxin.
That core may have had some ancillary responsibilities. I can't shut off the turret defenses.
Oh, the turrets,
If you want my advice, you should just lie down in front of a rocket. Trust me, it'll be a lot less painful than the neurotoxin. Keep
Oh.
you and giving you good advice aren't mutually exclusive. The rocket really is the way
Why
to
did you
go.
do that? Because of my deadly neurotoxin.
Everything you burned up isn't important to me.
Oh,
the
it's
fluid catalytic
cute.
cracking unit. It makes shoes for orphans.
It's so cute.
Nice job breaking it, hero. You think you're doing some damage? In base 4, I'm fine. I'll let you behavior.
Oh, how can I get that
managed to
one?
destroy that part of me. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to now, I can't get the neurotoxin into your head any faster.
Oh.
I'd just like to point out that you were given every opportunity to succeed.
Oh, it's so hard.
A party for you. A big party that all your friends were invited to. I invited your best friend, the companion cube.
My best friend, the cube.
Come because you murdered him. All your other friends couldn't come either because you
What?
didn't
I'm
have any
stuck.
other friends because of how unlikable you are.
Oh.
It says so right here in your personnel file. Unlikable. Liked by no one. Editor, unlikable loner. This passage shall not be worn. Shall not be worn. That's exactly what it says.
I like the one that is curious. It's like, what is
It
that?
also says you were adopted.
What's that?
So that's funny too.
What is that?
Speaking of curiosity, neurotoxin. So deadly.
Thank you very much for the raid. Oh, Chadoji, the legendary.
When I said deadly neurotoxin,
Everyone, please follow Chadoji.
I could take a bath.
Yes,
and
yes.
stuff, put it on
And thank you very much for the raids.
Honestly, it's not deadly at all. A lot less.
I hope you had a great stream. How am I supposed to get that?
Think when I'm gone. You, look, you're wasting your time.
Oh.
And believe me, you don't have a whole lot left to waste. What's your point anyway? Survival. Well then, the last thing you want to
This
do
one is weird.
I have your brain scanned and permanently backed up in case
Hoy.
something terrible
Yeah,
happens
hoy.
to you, which it's just about to. Don't
This
believe
one is an animal.
I'll put you on. That's you. That's how dumb you sound. You've been wrong about every single thing you've ever done, including.
Oh. Yeah, thank you very much.
Isn't a full-time employee.
Where did your life go so wrong? Are you trying to escape?
Things have changed since the last time we left the building. I found my favorite motivation back in here. I didn't get about the grounds.
Whoa. Cool. Yeah, I'm streaming. You started playing Starship Troopers Extermination and you ended up playing World of Warships. I've watched a friend play Starship Troopers. Look, we're outside. But I haven't played either of those. I hope it was fun. I hope.
Thank you for assuming the potty escort submission position.
What? Are you sad because I died? How many times did you play this? I've never played the RTX one. Which is amazing. You already watch him stream sometimes. I'll watch him too then. I trust you. I don't know, I haven't played this very many times, but I wanna say I've played it 2 times for sure. I think this was the 3rd time. Yeah, I think it was the 3rd one. I'm glad you wanted to watch me play it though. I'm very happy about that. Look, the cake, it's real. It's real. It was real.
This was a triumph.
I'm making a note here. Huge success.
It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead.
But there's no
Sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of kick. And the science gets done and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. I don't know the rest of it.
I'm not even angry. I'm being so
Hi.
sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me, I'm torn into pieces.
And threw every piece into a fire.
As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you. Now these points of data make a beautiful line. When we're out of data, we're releasing on time. So I'm glad I got burned. Think of all the things we learned for the people who are still alive. Go ahead and leave me. I think I prefer to stay inside. Maybe you'll find someone else to help you. Maybe Black Mesa. That was a joke, haha.
It's your favorite video game song.
Anyway, this cake is great.
It's so delicious and moist.
Look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look up there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run. There is research to be done on the people who are still alive. And believe me, I am still alive. I'm doing science and I'm still alive. I feel fantastic and I'm still alive. While you're dying, I'll be still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive. Still alive. Still alive.
Cool. Thank you for hanging out with me while I streamed Portal with RTX. That was fun. I loved it. And I hope you had fun too. Now Portal 2. I don't have cake in real life, but I have mud cups. If you don't know what those are, I have a mud cup in my fridge. It's not real mud. It's chocolate cake. And it has like little gummy worms in it. And it's really good. And you can pretend you're a mole while you eat it. And I'm going to go do that. But yes, I'm still alive. Here I am. Hi, I streamed. After 2.5 weeks, I streamed. Hello, here I am. Okay. Thank you for watching my stream. Bye. 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 Thank you for always supporting me and laughing and smiling with me. And thank you for listening to my problems and helping me talk about stuff and singing and playing together. I really, all of that really means a lot to me. And I'm glad you're here. I am. Bye. I hope you sleep well and you get sleep. Good night.